Hi, my name is Adrian De Silva. I'm the co-founder of La Silone and also the creative director.
Hello everyone, my name is Dinushka Iddawela and I am the founder of Clubhouse Vivaldi.
As you know, La Silone is one of the up-and-coming fashion brands in Sri Lanka. We mainly focus on doing printed shirts most people know us for.
So we are a premium innerwear brand, well at least that's how we started 4 years ago. I was a student studying corporate finance in Boston, and one summer when I came to Sri Lanka, I took a complete 180.
Where we are at is at Urban Island, which is our main store which we launched at as well, and there's a couple of stores that we are working on around Sri Lanka.
So after about 100 prototypes, 100 times failing, 101 time, I nailed the perfect underwear. This was the first style we ever did. It's still one of our best sellers.
We started the brand around 2015, and we've been having our own factories. We have our own printing plants. That is like a little bit of backdrop for the brand itself.
So right now, 4 years later, we sell in all the high-end retailers in Colombo, and we are opening our own store very soon, so follow us for our page for that.
So I'll be joining you on the Cubicle this coming program. Quite excited.
So thank you for having me on this show, and I'm super excited for you guys to watch the rest of this. So over and out, enjoy from the Cubicle.
What made you become an entrepreneur?
For me personally, the 9-to-5 rat race was way too mediocre.
I think for me it was not a conscious decision. It just happened like it was a fun thing to start, like something that what I was passionate about, and then it turned into a business. So that, I guess, made me an entrepreneur.
What made you choose this type of a business?
It's a funny story actually. I was a student in the US and living on a student budget, and I couldn't really afford underwear there. A good pair would cost you anything north of about $25. So one summer I came to Sri Lanka and I went to a shop and I bought a few undies, only to come home and find out that there was something wrong with the fit in every possible way. Like it was too hot, I would start sweating, it was just a very uncomfortable experience. And I was like, I can't be the only guy out there going through this problem. And that's when it just all started coming out.
I think I've been in the clothing business for a while, branding, clothing, high fashion clothing brands, and also been on the modeling industry. So when I got out, about last year, I just didn't think I will come back to the clothing industry. But I started going down south a lot. I started traveling quite a bit, and I just thought, you know what, I didn't have a very comfortable shirt to wear. So I had a partner who wanted to do something new with me. So I just said, let's make the most comfortable shirt, and that's what got me back into the industry.
What was your first big breakthrough in the industry?
For me, it was finally getting a pattern right and working it and draping it, and it draped so well on our fit model. And actually for him to say that it really feels like my crown jewels are on cloud number 9. That to me, no matter how small it was compared to the industry, it was a giant step for me.
I think for me, it was just getting into the industry overall, like as a model, and then learning all those things. But as for the company that I'm running right now, it was that we established our own factory, and later throughout we established a printing plant of our own, which was a big step for us to keep in the first year. So I think that should be the highlight.
What's the vision of your brand?
I just want to create a comfortable apparel buying experience irrespective of where you're coming from, what color, age, race, religion, it doesn't matter. You know, comfort is so mandatory when it comes to your outfit. Like I totally believe that good underwear can really, really revolutionize your life. You know, it can turn out to be the best decision you've ever made. So as an overall vision, I just want to make a very, very comfortable apparel buying experience.
I think as a island and as a country that is kind of isolated from the world, Sri Lankan designers and Sri Lankan brands in overall has a very island mind, thinking that, you know, our brands cannot go global. So one of the things I've always tried to do with like the brands I work with and the brand that I'm working with right now is to take them global, to take something of Sri Lankan essence to the world. I think that's the vision that I would like to say is like my biggest goal.
What is unique about your brand?
So the primary product lines that we have are men's and women's underwear. Very, very, very functional fit. So it's tailor-made into the tropics of Sri Lanka. So they're made out of fabrics that are moisture wicking, stretch fabric. So whatever the activities that you do, if you just want to idle around the house or you want to go do a hot, sweaty yoga workout, you know, it just works perfectly. And you know, it's just really fun and funky prints that you and your personality can relate to. And overall, it's probably the most comfortable underwear you'll ever wear.
What's unique is basically when it comes to shirts, we try to experiment with many fabrics, but mainly people know us for like our viscose prints. So I think the prints are the most unique part about the brand so far. It's also the first year, so we are doing a lot of fun things like that are yet to come, and also like a massive collection that is coming out next year. So I think uniqueness wise, it's the most comfortable and also most breathable shirt you can buy, and also other thing is it's all eco-friendly, so that's the most unique part.
To what do you attribute your success?
It depends what you call success. I mean, for me, success is about achieving small milestones and then achieving a greater overall growth by achieving those milestones. For me personally, it's about having a dream that I'm so passionate about that every day I'm so disciplined when I wake up. Just to quote something from Eliud Kipchoge, who just ran a sub-2 marathon, he said that unless you're disciplined, you're a slave to your emotions. I feel like that's so true, especially when you find something that you're so passionate about and you continuously keep working and growing because of it. That is the most fundamental part to me when it comes to success.
Well, I think it's to do with the people around you, especially like the people I work with, my business partner, who work all around the clock. So all of us put a lot of effort into like building this brand. So for me, like I owe the success to these people around me who are constantly supporting, and also like our fans, the people who keep pushing us like with the brand. I think it's everything to do with people. I think that makes the difference. So I think I owe all the success of this brand to the people around me.
What do you enjoy the most in being an entrepreneur?
I think it's so unexpected. You wake up every day not knowing what your day will be. Fall down 7, get up 8. It's the whole mindset that has really pushed me as a person, and that is the most enjoyable thing. I feel like becoming an entrepreneur was a step towards a completely different journey that I have never experienced in all my life, and I'm really, really thankful for that.
I think not having to run a routine is the most unique part about it, as well as just you having to do everything by yourself. Like you have to make the rules, you have to set the milestones, you have to set the goals for yourself. Like it's a huge challenge. At the same time, it's super fun because you feel like you're just going through this journey, like, and you're making everyone else work towards it. So I think that's the most fun part about being an entrepreneur.
What made you choose this type of a business?
I think I spoke about it a little earlier. It all happened when I came here on holiday, and I just couldn't find a pair of undies that I was happy with. There was something wrong with it, and I was like, geez, like I really can't be the only one who's facing this problem. And that's how Clubhouse Vivaldi started, and that's how underwear started.
Like I said, I have huge passion towards the fashion industry, and being a big part of it, I just wanted to make my own small space in it. Other than that, I'm super passionate about like working with designers and creating some sort of what I would like to call art. So that's I think the answer.
What was the most important part of your whole journey?
The most important part of my whole journey was the experience, because not coming from a not coming from a fashion background, having come from a finance background, getting into the industry was a complete new set of challenges for me. And in terms of the journey, every day, every challenge, every milestone that we achieve is great. It's fantastic.
The most important part, I think, is the lessons you learn every day, and also like the things you get to like find out like yourself in. And also again, like I said, the people that you meet, like these people can add so much to your business, to your life. So I think it's the overall milestones that you cross, and also like the goals you achieve, and just finding a set of people who believe in what you are ready to create.
What was your mission at the outset?
Just to create the best underwear ever.
Actually, to create like the most comfortable shirt there is. That was simply the idea. It wasn't supposed to be a big venture like this.
What are your biggest challenges when it comes to choosing collections based on new trends?
Well, that's always a tough one, because trends change like really fast, and just riding the wave at the correct time and then letting it go, that's the most important thing. Because you're talking about textiles, right? Once you cut a fabric and you stitch it into something, unless you give that value and the society and your consumer sees there's value in it, you're good to go. But the second that trend dies and they don't see any value with you, you're just stuck with a non-moving product. And as businesses that are in the early stage of the business cycle, these are things that can really kill a brand. So just being consciously aware about trends and when to step in and when to step out is the most important thing.
My opinion about trends is actually that there is many brands that who are creating ripples in this industry over the world. All of us actually follow these brands, or all of us like see these brands even if you don't follow. So you take like brands like Versace, or you take like Dolce & Gabbana. All these people are creating such bold statements. So for me, trend wise, you can always be inspired by those things. In my opinion, with our company, what we try to do is as much as we would like to segment ourselves to the ongoing trends right now, we try to create new trends as well. So like keep a step forward than in the direction it's already going, and see how it works out.
What are you passionate about?
Every day when I wake up in the morning, just to get to office and know that the underwear that we make at Clubhouse Vivaldi is actually helping someone to have one less worry in their life, one less adjustment during the day. That makes me really happy. And the people that are around us, the people that we work with, and definitely the fans that support us, that's just a really great thing to be around.
What I'm passionate about, I guess everything. Like the brands that I'm working with, like also the collections that we are creating. More importantly, like personally, I would say like the island itself. You know, I'm a huge fan of surfing and whatnot. So every time I get to do these things, it's all that I'm passionate about. So that also replicates through the brand, which is basically everything I do.
If you had one piece of advice to someone just starting out, what would it be?
Just one, right? So just start. That's the hardest thing. That's the hardest thing that you will face right now. But just do it. If you never do it, you'll never know. And just get that fear over and out with, and then you'll just be amazed at what a beautiful journey you've begun.
I would say one of the best advice I ever got was to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, anyone around is not going to believe in anything you do. So first of all, believe in yourself for whatever it is that you're going to do in life, whether it's business, whether it's like everyday work. But after that, I would say work hard for it, because you can't just wake up and say, I'm an entrepreneur, or I'm like this person. You have to work for it, learn from everyone you meet, be it bad, be it good. So and then after that, it's a matter of like you starting off your journey as possible as it is. You might not have the capital, you might not have the resources at the start, but just go for it, like start it in the way you can and then develop it from there on. I would say that's the best advice I can give. Hey man. Good seeing you.
From the Cubicle.
What do you know of each other as a business personality?
Well, I think Adrian's a risk taker, just like me. That's something that's in his personality. He's a surfer. He's a wanderer, and I think he's combined his passion for arts, which I can see very well through the beautiful prints that he does, and really hats off, man, to like actually being daring enough to take a risk like that.
I think Dinushka and I go way back, meeting at a shoot like about 5 years back, when he starts Clubhouse Vivaldi. So I was a model for this show, and then that's the first time I met this guy. He was the most excited and passionate guy when I met him. So he was like, let's do this, Masang, and we keep going, and even whatever the situation that came, so he kept going, and we did an amazing shoot. I still remember that. And he's obviously a great businessman. He's always, as you can see from that time to now, he has kept the business going, and through thick and thin, and the business is well known today. Everyone knows Clubhouse Vivaldi. I own a lot of undies from y'all. So the most comfortable undies. I mean, I think about him, he's a fun guy to be around with, and also like a great businessman.
What advice would you tell the other?
My God. Well, I to be honest, man, I love the brand. I love what you've created in such a short span of time. I mean that's truly amazing. So, man, just don't quit. Like, never quit. Like, quitting is not plan B. Like, if you have a plan B, your plan A sucks. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just go at it, man. That's all I can say to you.
Thank you. For you, man, like I think he's all around. I don't know what to say to him other than just go have some fun, like, because I hardly see him at any outside events or gatherings, because he's so hard working. He's just always working, always like, spending his time. That's
Partying, partying at the back.
That's the only advice I can give it to him. Like, just enjoy, and because he has made a great brand, he's doing well. So
thank you.
Enjoy while it lasts and keep going. I think that's like the best thing I can say.
What first impression did you have of each other?
Last time I go like, first thing I was like, who's this Handia, right? I was when Adrian and I first met. This was about 3 or 4 years ago. One of our very first shoots. And I wanted this shoot to have like a real international look and feel to it. I mean, despite the fact that all the jungis were made in Sri Lanka, just had to have a foreign touch to it. So, and boom, I just get this profile card on Matasiri. This guy looks like tall, fair, like proper, like, vintage style. I was like, this guy has to be like the biggest like show off ever. That's what I honestly thought looking at your model card. And then we meet. And like, what a down-to-earth, humble, crazy bugger you are. And then we gel so much. And man, that was my first impression. And I'm really thankful that you changed it.
Oh, man. Like going back to the same shoot, that's where we first meet. First thing I noticed was he came to me before the shoot, like just to run down the things. And I'm expecting, usually I'm a little tall, so I expect like people to be like somewhere like in the smaller range. This guy comes who's taller than me. I mean, I've only met so many people who are taller than me. I'm like, oh wow, like that was the first impression I think I still remember. And then again, like his friendly personality, and also like the fact that, like I earlier explained, he just wants to keep going despite of like, he never quits. So I think that's a really, and also that fun personality that he replicates to his brand and everyone around him. Everyone's super energetic around Dinushka, so I think that's like the best part, man.
What do you think of each other's ventures?
I love what Adrian's done with La Salon. I mean, you just take something so simple like a shirt, and you just make it so appealing that everyone wants to have that shirt. And man, you've created a disease. you know what But you know what I'm envious about La Salon? It's honestly, like, I can't go around asking people, Machan, are you wearing Clubhouse? They're like, show me. Like, it's difficult, but for you, like, okay, that guy's wearing a La Salon, that guy's wearing a La Salon. Man, that's it's something great you've done, and I love the brand, man. Good stuff.
Thank you. Speaking of Clubhouse Vivaldi, like I said, I've been one of the first people to experience Clubhouse Vivaldi. I mean, from like its start, and I still buy like your product. I still wear your product, and I think in that sense, it's fun prints. I mean, again, like similar to what we do, he does something that no one gets to see, but it's personal. We do something that everyone gets to see, but also like I would say we are like the same business of like shirts, and you're making undies. So he has more fun, like, because he gets more interesting kind of content like with his venture, and I would say in my venture, like, we get also like some travel pictures and whatnot. So but end of the day, I think both the brands similarly, like, we work hand in hand. Everyone needs a boxer or a jangi, or like everyone needs a shirt. So yeah.
What do you think about this program?
I think it's good to take two different, diverse, but yet similar personalities like Adrian and myself, who are in the business, and just talking to us outside of a 9 to 5 or 9 to 9 or 10 to 10, whatever your work schedule is like. That's something great. I love the show, and I mean, keep making it interesting, and get good storytellers.
The Cubicle, I think it's a great way to connect people. Like in our industry, of course, most of us are very tight. It's a tight industry where everyone knows everyone. So, but I think when it comes to other industries, I think all these business people would not even meet most of them. So it's a nice way to bring them together. I have a different opinion. Like, I definitely enjoy this program, seeing him, and after a while, apart from like I said, there's no 9 to 5. We work all the time. So I think other than that, it's a nice way for people to get to know what's inside business. That's all the viewers, so you get to see all the crazy things that we are doing, and also how, as much as you, like, we are also building at the same time, no matter where you are in the ladder. It's a good motivator for people. I think this program should go on. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, really. Thanks for having us, team, and for making us look so good.